Right, boys and girls, I've got 4 pictures in front of me. I want you to have a good look at each of them. We've got a mouse, a bee, a ball, and some toast. Words like mouse, bee, ball, toast, those are nouns, specifically common nouns. Today's lesson was familiarizing the learners with the use of similes, the rules that apply to similes. Now, when we use verbs to describe nouns, it's normally followed with like. For example, she swims. What is the action? She's swimming. So, she swims, but we want to compare the person who is swimming with something else. So we say, she swims like a fish. Now, who can tell me why like a fish?
The girl is compared with a fish because a fish lives underwater and swims very well.
Very good. When we have an adjective describing a noun, then we use the word as in between. So we will say something is as something as another object. He is as tall as a giant, comparing the person with a tall giant. I gave them enough practice in using the similes. Some of the similes were common similes, they were familiar with them already, so it was nothing different. And then we also introduced similes that they were unfamiliar with as well. The field is as wide as the ocean.
The field is as wide as the ocean.
Good. Laugh like a hyena. Your face shines. I've used activities where it was interactive. The learners could come up to the smartboard. They could then match up similes using the nouns, the adjectives, as well as the verbs in the similes. Lethia, I would like you to match the similes with the pictures on the right-hand side.
As slow as a snail. As sweet as honey.
I also encouraged them and showed them that similes are not just something that is used in isolation. It is something that can be used within a poem. And I'm going to read to you the poem of the shape of a greyhound. Okay? A head like also just to give them more practice so that they can use it in creative writing, in poetry, to express themselves a lot better in their writing and when they are presenting. So we're going to use this example of the poem, and we are going to create our own poems using the similes that we are familiar with. I would like you to read some of those poems that you have created to the class.
Best friends. When best friends are together, they are sweet as honey. They are as playful as a kitten. Perhaps they are smooth as velvet. For being best friends, they feel proud as a...
She's as proud as a peacock, yet steady as a rock. She's as helpless.
My cousin is as tall as a giraffe and she loves to laugh. She's as busy as a bee. Just wait and see.
Crossword puzzle was just another example of how learners can learn the similes, use the similes as well, and in a fun way, because a lot of these crossword puzzles are found in our daily newspapers, in magazines. In your workbooks, I would like you to complete your crossword puzzle. And firstly, you start. One must also move away from just doing things within the exercise book or the learner book. So give them the activity where they can see it can be used within a variety of different ways, and obviously getting a better understanding of the use of the similes. As what as an eel? I've used the DBE workbooks whereby the similes was then put into practice by creating an advertisement. They had to select their product. They had a variety of products that they could choose from. They selected their product, and then they also then named the product. So they had a brand name as such. Okay, we are going to look at 4 of the main features that we need to use when we draw up an advertisement. They had to come up with a price for the product, and they also had to use a simile to describe the products so that the customer, the buyer, would then be drawn to that product. Don't forget, we are practicing using the similes. So in your own advert, you need to show me that the simile has been used appropriately within your advert. The advert was another example of where you can use similes, and I think it was just an additional exercise where I wanted to show that we can use a variety of activities to involve the learners, and also to see how these language structures are actually used as well. Should have at least moved it up then. Okay? Only 69, get it. Right, here we have an activity. And together we are going to create an alien using similes. On the left-hand side, we've got a variety of similes that we are going to use to describe this alien that we are going to create. I'm going to give you an example. So let's say you say, my alien looks like a fish. I want you to shade in the part that you have chosen. Go on to the next one. My alien smells like garbage. So you shade in that part. And we go all the way through until the last description of your alien. I want you to read to the class your description of your alien. We'll start with Helen.
My alien looks like a cat. My alien smells like garbage. My alien is as tall as
They also had a lovely opportunity where they could express themselves in art. So they created their own very good descriptions of your alien. So now we're going to use all the information that you've highlighted, and we are going to sketch out the alien. I chose the alien possibly to get the creativity going within the learners. That also gave them an opportunity to write something, express themselves using the similes within that description of the alien. Tall as a giraffe. Good. One measures the outcome certainly by the activities that were given, the exercises that were given within the worksheets that they have completed, and also to see and gauge also how well they managed to complete the exercises. So that will give us a pretty good idea of, do they understand? Can they use the similes?